Hello, live chatters. It's Douglas George Block, the 13th. Actually, 13th is supposed to be a bad number. How about Douglas George Block, the 12th? I kind of like that better. And we are basically here on the last Sunday of June. We're going to celebrate July 4th next Saturday. And I'm here, Shirley Kay, and Tony Issue. Good evening, fellow Blocksters. Any word from Noah? It's rainy in London. Well, hi from Baltimore. It's another beautiful summer day in Portland. Baltimore, Maryland, yes, the home of the Baltimore Orioles. And who was that guy who had the record of consecutive games played? Oh, God, why can't I remember? Anyway, he's very famous in Baltimore. Cal Ripner or something like that. Hey, Jason, nice to see you. From also the UK. Well, as long as we have enough people here, I'm going to announce some good news. Sana Ismail from Denmark, of course. I think we have more foreigners than Americans on this chat. It's hot as Hades here in Jacksonville, Florida. I hear it's the same thing in Orlando. Smoky melt and nice. Muminza Zaid. Sounds like an Irish name. Noah posted a video yesterday. Okay, I'll see what he's up to. Is that a Bolivian solidarity flag, says Isaac Soto. You're close. That is a flag from Bolivia representing the indigenous Indian tribes. But it's Bolivian. Nice work. And Kay Bailey, a thumbs up to Kay Bailey because of him, I am going to have this book, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, the most important book I've written in my mind. It's my memoir of overcoming anxiety and clinical depression. My breakdown in 96, it's going to be made into an audiobook. I'm going to type that up. How many people have heard of the word audiobook? Maybe some of you have not. And there it is, an audiobook read by a guy from Australia. I've always wanted to be an Australian. James D. from Scotland. Yes, that's beautiful. Yes, and guess what? You guys are going to be first to buy it. You're going to have a signed copy of the audiobook, right, Kay? Mr. Bailey, you'll figure that out, how we can sign the audiobook. Yeah, it'll be inexpensive, but it'll be a beautiful narration of everything I went through in 1996, 97. The descent into hell, the resurrection, everything that a good story involves. Drama, near-death experience, and resurrection. Yes, Beamer Tercel, yes. And Kay Bailey is now my my audiobook consultant. He's going to help me get Words That Heal and many of my other books on audiobooks. So you guys who don't like to read because you didn't grow up in the 60s and 50s like me, hi Cheryl, will get to listen to these things as you're washing your dishes. Alex Haynes from the UK, congratulations Highlands. Are you really a hermit? You know, we need other people to heal and to connect. We are social animals, but maybe you're not a hermit now, you're talking to us. Big hello, Susan Jones from Virginia. It must be hot there too. Susan Jones is a teacher, but I think she has the summer off, or maybe not. Well, I've left my jokes at home again. Oh, no, maybe not. I've got some here. We got to get some new jokes. What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but its flag is a big plus. As a kid, it was tough for me to admit my dad had been stealing from the highways, but when I look back, the signs were there. That's Jason Clulo. Let's get some new jokes. Pony Girl, hello, exciting news about the audiobook. Yes, it's Kyle. He's the guy. So nice to see a live chat with you all. The wind is blowing like fury. Everybody will get a signed copy. Yes, Kyle, if you can figure out how to do that, you'll be a mastermind, better than Bill Gates. No, I'm having a really cool man read it. Matter of fact, it's too bad I can't get my other computer here. You can actually listen to him. Oh, what a novel idea. Well, I'll have it for you next week. I don't want to break up the live chat, but I'll actually have him reading a sample passage next week. 20 years sober from Madeline Roy. Nice work. All right, the blank mind guy. We haven't heard from you. I'm suffering from exercise insomnia, extreme insomnia. I have memory loss. Have you ever experienced something like this? I also lost my mind's eye and feel lost. Looking forward to the audiobook. Who here has suffered from extreme insomnia? Raise your hands. Yeah. In the 1982-83 breakdown, I know this last century, I was in a mental hospital, psych ward. I was pacing up and down, pacing up and down, pacing up and down the wards from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. How's that for hell? Yes, insomnia has been my middle name during all my episodes, and it's the number one, oh, not the number, probably one of the three big symptoms of depression. Insomnia, yes, and of course you feel lost. You feel like you have no purpose. Your life is over, but that's an illusion, because there is life on the other side of depression. I don't know what your joke is. I mixed up the two letters, and the joke was entirely urined. Ruined. Someone just gave £5. That boy deserves a hand. And who is that somebody? It's Jason. A man walks into a bar with a roll of tarmac under his arm and say, "Print, please, and one for the road." A pint, please. I see, one for the road. I'm thinking too much about writing here. Print, please. All right, well, let me put it this way. It was a good try, but thanks, Jason. Thanks always for your support, both monetary and spiritual. All right, Ballpen 96. Haven't seen you before. That's cool. I've suffered from memory loss and had a streak of vivid dreams for 4 weeks now. I wake up like I've lost my name, but DW I haven't. Shirley K had insomnia in her teens since depression and anxiety took over. Many docs have given up. No, don't give up on insomnia. I can't prescribe, but there are some medications. How far do I usually cycle? Somewhere between 15 and 20 miles. I used to do 25 to 50. Okay. Anthony Nielsen told a joke about the Knights of the Round Table, but I have one that's even better. Okay, who invented the Round Table? Do you know, guys, you're from Britain, right? I've been to Glastonbury, Arthur's home, right? Was it Sir Lancelot? Was it Sir Gawain? Was it Sir Arthur? No, it was Circumference who invented the Round Table. Thank you very much for that joke. I'm scratching my chin, I don't know why. I want you all to say that was funny. Anyway, P5 Paul 79, yes, I love to cycle 15 to 20 miles. I'm 71, and in my early 60s, I could do 50 to 100. All right, the blank mind guy, have you ever tried sleeping meds? I take Ambien. Yes, Sana Ismail, you and I have something in common. Whenever my insomnia starts to get the better of me, I take Ambien, and bingo, it works like a charm. I'm not recommending it to anybody, I'm just telling you what works for me. And it's interesting that Sana has that same experience. Too much wind and rain here. Are you in Scotland or are you in England? Howdy, Lazy. If I were whatever. You Seroquel? Yes, Seroquel also is good for insomnia. Better living through chemistry. Hey, look, in terms of healing from depression, I'm no great fan of meds, but when it comes to anxiety and insomnia, for me personally, they can be a really good backup. Of course, what is the best way to deal with insomnia? What do you guys know? It's called something called sleep hygiene. Has anybody heard of that before? Sleep hygiene. Who knows what that is? Somebody can explain that, what sleep hygiene is? She takes marijuana for sleep. There you have it. Remeron is good. You like the circumference joke? Thank you. Yeah, I'll give you $10. Yeah, always fearful of the next day, Danielle. Yep. I know what that means. So, what do you guys think about this audiobook thing? Do you listen to audiobooks? Kyle says it's real. He's been listening to them on tape, ever since his younger years. And I think it could be, another way to get the story out, to get the healing out, to get the information out. Shirley K, Pony Girls, if you're hyperventilating during anxiety, that will cause you to get lightheaded. Absolutely. A mushroom enters a bar and orders a beer. The waiter says, "We don't serve mushrooms here." All right. Cold shower before bed, says Jason. All right. It's a little mental trip that distorts your reality and makes you feel like you're living a nightmare. And what is that, Alex? 10K bike ride to sleep well. That's only 6 miles. That's pretty simple. I have cycled the Pacific Coast from Seattle to LA. Took 3.5 months. Great scenery. Yes, you are. How do you do Highway 101? There's no bike paths there. You love audiobooks? That's good. Sleep hygiene is routines and practice before bed to train yourself. Thank you, Leah Benetti. It also means no caffeine after like 2 or 3 o'clock. It also means just make sure. And Robert Jenkins, who I haven't heard from, his $20 a week contribution. Come on, what do we have to do to give this guy a round of applause? I don't know, but thank you for helping to sustain this channel. Without Robert Jenkins, you would not see very much of me. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but not much. I'm doing quite well on vacation. I'm just curious, Robert. San Ismail, I'm still struggling, still suicidal, still have my daughters with me for now. They haven't been taken from me yet. I have people 24/7 taking care of us. Nice work. Now, did you write to me, and have I sent you the first 2 parts of my book, When It Hurts Too Much to Live? You will find a tremendous benefit from that. Could you go ahead and email me your address? Maybe I have it on the, where the heck is, here it is. All right, so I'm going to go into contacts, and I'm going to see if Sana is in my contacts. So just give me a second, guys. SANN. Sana Ismail. It is sana@live.dk. All right. You're getting my book, or at least the first part of it. What do you suggest? I have a lot of negative talking in my mind. Oh my God, that's negative self-talk. There are so many ways to deal with that. Well, when you hear something, a negative talk, say cancel, and replace it with an affirmation. That's what I do. The other option is just to watch it go by like clouds overhead. So mindfulness meditation and immediately refuting the thought and replacing with an affirmation. Does anybody, the mushroom was a fun guy, very funny. What about other people, suggestions for Iman? What do you guys do when negative talking goes inside your head? You know what they're called? If someone can tell me what this stands for, I will send you a free copy of my mood improvement chart. Okay, here we are. Ants. What does ANT stay for? 48 something. Thank you. I don't know if that, what is CHF? And whoever you are, thank you. The blank, I haven't heard from you before, and I love you're amazing. You're so cute. I mean, you know what I mean. You're so sweet. Can you tell me your real name? It says The Blang, B-L-A-N. Anyway, thank you, The Blang. Anybody experiencing ketamine? A number of people have. Some it works for, some it doesn't. Nice work. You know, today is the birthday of John Wesley. Who is John Wesley? He pooped in his clogs. That's very funny. Automatic negative thoughts. How did you know that, Shirley K? Pony Girl, you guys are good. Send me your email address. I will send you a free copy of this chart if you don't already have it. Of course, I have to go ahead and take the camera there. Okay, here it is. Self-care activities to improve your mood. And look what it has on the other side. Some really cool diagrams. What does it say? Fake it till you make it. Find healthy ways to deal with stress. Get regular sleep. Very nice. So Shirley and Pony Girl, you win the contest. Well, anxious negative thought, that's very good, Lisa. It's close. Automatic negative thoughts. Yes, Leah Benetti, you guys are sharp. Very sharp. CHF is Swiss francs. Thank you, Peter Clark. So what does 48 Swiss francs mean? 1.5 American dollars? I have no idea. But thank you for the gift, whatever it is. My mother used to say it's the thought that counts. My thoughts will be with you, Iman. Medication and intense therapy is what helped me through both anxiety disorders and depression. Took a couple of years. Anthony Olson, you are a trooper. You are somebody who essentially is really a good role model for how to deal with, you know, serious mood disorders. Perseverance, therapy, in some cases medication, and you know what my 3 pillars of mental health recovery are? Set the intention to heal, reach out for support, and treat your symptoms using a combination of mutually supportive therapies right here, right? And medication is on here. I'm not anti-medication at all. It has its place when nothing else works, but you should try other things first, unless of course you're having a psychotic experience. Then go to your psychiatrist and he can help you out. Do I ever give talks? I used to tour around America from 1988 to 2001, 13 years, and then 9/11 happened. And also I wanted to write a couple more books. So no, but if you pay the plane fare, I'd like to come to the UK. I hope, okay, so Sana Ismail this is what's great about this. You guys talked to each other. I can't follow the conversations, but the point is this is a virtual support group. And there is Pony Girl putting her email address for everybody. Hey, Lagai's been running me some nice letters. She's was very concerned about me because I teared up during my last video, which I posted a week ago yesterday. Reasons to Stay Alive. You guys should watch it. It is awesome. Anyway, I had a flashback to a really bad suicidal episode of mine, And for a minute, I just lost it. But fortunately, that's in the past. I know damn well they threw me for a loop sometimes. Richard Farrell, greetings from Vancouver, Washington, waiting for massage school to open up. Richard, you're across the river. If I were still running my support group, I'd have you come along. Wow, come by my house sometime. It'd be fun to see you. Thank you for the donation, Richard. Yeah, Lagai is going through a big move. They're selling her house, she and her husband, and they're moving to someplace else. But initially, she was really having a hard time. But it looks like, Lagai, from what you've told me, you're doing better. You're handling the move and the stress. AIP diet appears beneficial. Okay, what is the AIP diet? Okay, Pony Girl's address is up there if you want to talk to her. Guess what? John Wesley, the great English preacher, started the Methodist movement. Guess what? His birthday is today. Did you know that my picture's restored? What do you say? And do all you can. Here. Okay, why can't... Okay. Tell me if this guy is not amazing, all right? Okay. I'm finding it. Here it is. Can you see it? Well, you can't see anything because of the light, can you? Do all the good you can by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. John Wesley, the Methodist movement. What a saint. We call him a bodhisattva in Buddhism. He spent his whole life serving people. And that's what it says in the Gospels, and that's what it says in Buddhism. And the Dalai Lama said, my religion is kindness. They're all saying the same thing. Yes, John Wesley, he died in poverty because he gave away a lot of his stuff. An amazing individual. How many people were raised Methodist? No, I wasn't raised Methodist. Montebeal, my mother's side of the family is Methodist, my father's side is Catholic. Well, good. You've got the best of many worlds. You want to hear a joke from Stephen Levine, the great spiritual teacher? He is Jewish like myself, and he went into Buddhism and said, someone said to him, how can you be a Buddhist? Aren't you Jewish? He said, yes, only on my parents' side. Only on my parents' side. Very, very funny, Stephen. All right, what are we looking at? Better do it, a good support system, including Doug. Oh, you know someone named Doug? That's funny. I know someone named Doug, too. Oh, in this community? Great. But find that guy Doug and say thanks to him. Hey, Doug, once you were out of the episode, were you actually able to feel a lot of joy? Absolutely, DT Vids. My depressive episodes are very, I don't want to say black and white. Happy birthday, John Wesley. Yes. I go into these horrible suicidal episodes where for like 9 to 18 months, I can't feel any joy. I feel like I've lost everything. And when I come out of it, here's what happens. Okay, guys? God bless Julie Hayes. From the ashes I rise. Right here. That's what happens to me and many people. I tell people when you come out of depression, you can actually feel joy again. How many other people have experienced that? Jason? Alex? I'm better. Oh, that's, yeah. Lagai, thank you again. Say hello to Doug. Your live chat is 1,000,000 times better than a year of weekly psychotherapy. Well, that's a compliment. It's not either or, by the way. Psychotherapy, you can go really deep one-on-one. You guys are all here together. But it's the power of the group, right? Here it is. Power of group. Speaking of group support, can anybody look and tell me how many people are watching? Is it 150 or 155? I forget. As soon as things start to get better, it seems like something else comes up to knock me off my feet again. You are that strong. You are resilient, Lazy Eye Ranch. Autoimmunal protocol, high fat, protein, low carb. Yeah, that's controversial. Some people think it helps. Other people think that a vegan diet is better for inflammation. Yes, you will feel joy again, says Richard. Blue Paw treatment resistant depression therapy can help. I think therapy can help almost anything. I am such a believer in it. The talking cure, hey, when you're feeling crummy and you talk to somebody and they really listen, it helps so much. At times, but I could never save my marriage. I finally had to divorce him. Well, how are you doing now? You suffer from chronic anxiety? 64 Robert Jenkins, that's not good enough. We got to get up to 80. Come on, you guys out there. I know it's summer. Tune in. Anyway, anxiety is tough also, but you know I have that I have a whole workshop on it. I'd be happy to send it to you, Jason. I don't have your email address, but I have a 82 page slideshow on everything you need to know about working with anxiety. The Blank Mind Guide. What are your thoughts on NDAs? NDEs, near-death experiences. I think they're real. I think there is consciousness after death, and I've never had one, but I kind of had one back when I was 22. I had a dream where I went through some other realm. Just not enough. Your wisdom should have a far wider audience. Thank you, Tony or Simon. Vegan diet helps me. I was vegan for 10x years. Is that 10 times 10? How to manage stress? Exercise, meditation, positive self-talk, group support. Why do we have palpitations? A number of reasons. Your heart is obviously kind of getting carried away. Could be so many things. If it continues, you should have it checked out. Half the way there, but too far away. Lagai, that is absolutely beautiful. Although I am not looking forward to dying, believe me. Yes, I know the Pope called me, said I was a saint, saying I was going to go to heaven. I had all sorts of things waiting for me, like spaghetti and meatballs, Italian food, yasso bars. I love yasso bars, chocolate. All those things are waiting in heaven for me, but I'm not in any hurry to die. You like it 1,000. I love these names. May I have some information on anxiety? I'm really suffering. Well, if you want me to send you the slideshow, I will. But look, 40 million Americans have anxiety disorders. There is so much good information on the internet. There are so many people who know about it. Go into treatment, find a good mental health professional, and also get some good books on it. There's so many good books on managing anxiety. It's unbelievable. So there's lots of help out there. Madame Roy reached the complete spiritual bottom 20 days ago. I love Madame. She's always sending me these great, kind of emails about her ups and downs. Oh, the blank, 48 Swiss blanks. Yeah, I just saw that again. Thank you. I just love your little emoji. What is it? Your animation? Gem Giant, if I corresponded, she's going to send a chess problem in for me. After decades of being the whipping boy, kid emotionally tormented by big brother and dad and mega anger issues and poor mom and now being pessimistic, my child is easily triggered to anger. Well, are you dealing with it with therapy? You can release that anger in healthy ways. The Blank Mind Guy, good question. And what did the Blank Mind Guy say? I'm looking. Maybe you could repeat it, somebody, because I can't find his question. Too many people commenting, which is excellent, but I cannot find his question, so someone can repeat it for me. All right. Oh, here's Daniel again. Any advice on how to manage uni or other work with depression always creeping up? Yeah, I have a whole book about it, which I don't. Oh, here it is. Go to Amazon.com. Healing from Depression, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood. Right there. Just check it out on Amazon. Everything you wanted to know about depression but were afraid to ask. Is heart racing common anxiety? Yes, and panic disorder, but it can also be called by atrial fibrillation or something, atrial fibrillation. So again, my wife, Joan, my partner, Joan, was having tightness in her chest. She thought it was an anxiety attack. It was a heart attack. So look, if you have anything going on with your heart, don't mess around. Go to your doctor, go to the ER room, urgent care, check it out. Don't mess with any symptoms of the heart. I can tell you that. How do I stop worrying about something bad might happen or not? Well, that's called catastrophizing. I have an exercise called Back to the Present. First, you notice that 73. Okay, thank you, Robert. We're going towards 80. First, you notice that your mind is in the future. That's number one. Two, you say, the future has not yet occurred, so it cannot hurt me. And then you bring your mind back to the present. You feel your feet on the ground. You look at the walls, and you say an affirmation. There's lots of ways to manage catastrophication, but the most important thing to say is no matter what happens, I can handle it. Because our biggest worry is that we won't be able to cope whatever comes our way. So does that help? Lots of books on worry, flash fire news that you can find. Yeah, Blue Paw, see, is having hard times, but I can't find his. Oh, I've been working with psychiatrists and psychologists for over 10 years and have had no real progress. Really? Have you tried medication? Has your psychiatrist, I don't even know what you're suffering from, Blue Paw, but there is something out there that can help you. And look, if nothing works, prayer, right? 1-816-969. Silent Unity, 24 hours. The person who said that nothing is working, try the Silent Unity. All right, let's go. Hey, Robin from Superstrain. Have I sent you part 4 yet of my book? E-Jest is normal, but the heart is racing? I know, it may be anxiety. Go to a psychiatrist and go to a cardiologist. What can I tell you? The past is history, the future is mystery, the present, yeah, that's why they call the gift. All we have is the present. That's why they call it a gift. Anyway, try Silent Unity. Fear of earthquake. What do I do? One day at a time, Madeline. You'll deal with it when it comes. The blank mind guy, you are not going to be punished because you feel guilty about your dad's suicide. Why would you feel guilty? It had, how did you possibly cause it? And why would you go to hell? If anything, a loving God would have compassion on you. That's a horrible loss. So yeah, you need to talk about that with your therapist, really, because that's something that is an irrational fear. And again, I'm not trying to diagnose. I'm saying you should definitely go talk that out with somebody, because that fear is, to me, not rational. It's discouraging that the number of COVID cases have been surging. I feel I live alone. Yeah, that's tough. Where do you live? You can still call friends. You can still do FaceTime. I know it's not as good as being with people, but we have to do the best we can. They pulled me off of treatment-resistant depression. That's what I have, Blue Paw, TRD. Do I have an opinion on using kratom for depression, which is a minor psychedelic? A couple of people in my groups have tried it, and they've had some luck. So I don't have enough experience, but talk to your doctor, see what he or she thinks. But I have heard some anecdotal evidence that it could be helpful. But other than that, Doug, I have to get back to the work now. Would you possibly be able to send the email? I didn't receive it. Thank you for all you do. And is that the email on the book? Let me know what that is, Alex. Yes, we want a fair, equitable world. Yes, we do. And I'm going to have a fair, equitable banana because I'm running out of gas. And there's a notification to pay my co-author, and she deserves every penny of it. 12:30, halfway done. Whew. Mr. Blake, can I go to the bathroom now? I should tell my teacher that, my physics teacher. Nobody has basically answered my question. When you have negative self-talk inside your head, you're a loser, you're a chum, you're never gonna get better, forget about it. How do you respond to that negative self-talk? More big heart hugs to you, Lagai, and Santa can relate. I don't know what you can relate about, but we're all in the same boat. Anyway, so what do you do is, my mobile battery soon to go flat, may have to listen to upload. Okay. I love Sniper Piper. Thank you. I love that name. I have chronic health issues and have been told I could die a few times. Really? So I did therapy around and read a lot. Now I'm afraid. Not afraid. Hope helps. Hope it helps. I see. Well, what are your chronic health issues? And you don't have to be specific, but anyway, if therapy helps, go for it. Therapy helps everything, in my opinion. Edward Steiner, the other saint, the other patron saint of this channel, he and Robert Jenkins are so generous. You live in California? Do you know that ants are the only creatures that don't get sick? It's true because they have little antibodies. Edward Steiner, your jokes are the best. Thank you. That brought a smile to my face. If anybody doesn't like that joke, you know, there's no hope for you. Edward, what part of California do you live in? You definitely should come up the I-5 corridor and say hello. Conquer negative thoughts by replacing with positive affirmations or scripture. I like scripture, Leah Benetti. Absolutely. You know one of my favorite scriptural quotes? Anybody hear the book of Psalms? Psalm 126:1. What do you think? They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Don't you love that when someone's grieving, when someone's lost a spouse and then they find a new spouse, when someone has basically got fired, they get a new job? Everything is about resurrection. Circumcised, yes, we got that, Anthony Nelson. So what do you think of that quote from the Bible, Madeline? Who said they like Bible stuff? I usually think about the things I've overcome, like being homeless, and that helps. Of course, if you overcome homelessness, then you can overcome almost anything. Replace each negative thought with 2 positive thoughts. That's nice. Identify you're doing it. That's step 1. Step 2, say cancel, cancel. Step 3, a positive affirmation. Nice technique, Lagai. So where is Lagai? All right, Madeline Roy, my husband and I wanted to know how your back is. Still hurting, but better. Look at this. Your videos have helped me. Why is YouTube telling me to hide this? That's weird. Nothing but positive thoughts from Jem Jem. David Icky, yes, on the London. I got to listen. So many people have talked about this guy. I got to check him. The freedom and technique. I think you mean the emotional EFT, the emotional freedom technique. EFT is what you're talking about, Lagai. Tapping different parts of the face. Yes, a lot of people find that helpful. I didn't when I was in my breakdown, but a lot of people find EFT. Even though I'm having this crisis with depression, I unconditionally love and accept myself. That's what you do. It's called emotional freedom technique. There's lots of stuff on the internet, and some people swear by it. And you know, no bad side effects. It's harmless. And some people really get help from it. So I'm going to write it down. There it is. Who did that? Craig, somebody started that. All right. DBT is the cognitive behavioral therapy that works on mindfulness. It's an intersection of CBT and Buddhism. It's excellent, excellent, excellent. I cannot recommend DBT more. You should definitely try it. How do you feel being stuck in depression? Well, that's what depression is, feeling stuck. 11 months, I know, it's a long time. You just have to tell yourself this too shall pass. What do you call a fly with no legs? A walk. That I don't get, M. Someone explain that to me. Thank you, Douglas. I never remember things correctly. That's okay. Hey, that's a bad affirmation. Sniger Private says, read my joke. All right? Is that like read my lips? I can't find Sniper Piper. Why don't you tell it again? I'm scrolling back and it's just not there. So why don't you tell it again? Because I cannot find it anywhere. Hey, Anna Solomon. Tell the devil to go to the pits of hell where he came from and speak Bible promises over self. He runs. All right, Anna. Nice work. All right, so Sniper Piper, could you repeat your joke? When it comes to your depression, has it ever gone back to the way it was post-ECT? You mean pre-ECT? I had ECT in January of 2016. That was 4.5 years ago. It has not gotten as bad as it was in 2015, which was pure hell. I had a dip last week. I actually have to tell you, I was feeling a little bit nervous that I was going to have to go back in the hospital, but I did my self-care techniques and it seems to have lifted. Depression has never affected my memory because I have my mother's memory, but John, but it affects a lot of people's memory. Very common to have memory loss. You know why? The hippocampus, which is the part of your brain that deals with memory, it actually physically shrinks. That's why people have memory problems. And guess what? When you recover from depression, it goes back to its own size. Okay, here we go. Another chart for someone who knows this word. This is a very important word for everybody listening to this. What does neuroplasticity mean? Oh, wow. Almost 80 people. Okay, so somebody tell me Sniper Piper's joke. I can't find it. Read the joke he's saying. Oh, what do you call a joke with an ADHD and a contract? What do you call a joke with ADHD? I don't know what that means. Concentration camper? Concentration camper. I get concentration. I know what camper means, but anyway, yes, I got it. Because ADHD people have a hard time with memory. I can't accept I'm actually worth something when I'm almost unable to do anything productive. Haynes, Klum, your worth has nothing to do with what you do. It's who you are. Do you know that? Do I take benzos? I used to. Klonopin when I needed it, not now. Yes. Let's tell that to Haynes Klum. Your worth is not based on what you're not a human being. You're a human being. Sorry about that. Okay, here it is. I'm going to say this. You are and this is the Klum's human being, not a human doing. What do you think of that? Stole that from John Bradshaw. You're a human being, not a human doing. Do you like that, guys? What do you think? Lagai, ketamine helped you. Fantastic. Somebody free in Canada. Hey, we need universal health care, don't we? Depression Lies is telling you that you feel worthless, but you are worthy and important to the people in the world. Thank you, Shirley. Yeah, a lot of people feel worthless because they can't do squat. I actually have a section in my book, this book right here. It's called The Challenge of Being Nobody. Hey, I was a straight A student. I was number 7 in my class. I was supposed to be a doctor, lawyer, businessman, and here I was at 47 on Social Security disability. How do you think I felt? Horrible. But then I remembered who I am is not based on what I do. That is so important, especially in the West. Oh my God, in the West, we're so so much competition. What are you doing? What's your status? How much money do you make? BS, BS, BS. Richard Harrell says that the neuroplasticity means the ability of the brain to adapt. Healthy tissue can learn to do the work of damaged cells. Richard Harrell, you are a neuroscientist. Good for you. Wonderful definition. Nice, nice, nice. I did read your joke, by the way. Sniper. Have to go to the doctor tomorrow. I have agoraphobia. I have panic when I go to the doctor and my blood pressure spikes. Does anyone have any advice? Well, I know agoraphobia is just keep telling yourself you're safe, you're safe, you're safe, and do deep breathing and talk to your therapist about it. Neuroplasticity means the brain is like elastic and can change. Thank you, Leah. No one is competent on human being, human doing. I'm going to take a couple of deep breaths. We are 2/3 in. We could use another donation. It's been a couple of minutes before. I think the last person to donate was Edward Steiner. Come on, you guys. You can do it for as little as 99 cents. That's what this guy from Green Bay used to do, whose name I forgot. He used to do 99 cents every week. I read your jokes, Sniper Piper, a couple of times. And I got camper. I didn't know what camper meant. Anyway. Oh, I know what you're getting at. Okay, I got it. All right. Thank you. And now I got your joke. Concentration camp. Not very funny to people who are Jewish, is it? East is about relationships. West on greed. Do you ever experience? No, I have never had the realization, blank mind guy. A lot of people have. I've been spared that. All right. Sniper Piper, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to put you in timeout. That kind of joke is not appropriate. And actually, I'm going to do more than that. I'm going to remove that joke. And I'm also going to report you also. All of the above. And there you go. Okay, so let's get back to work. They close schools in March. I hope they can safely teach again in the fall. Well, that's being debated. What a bill. 6 years in college. I had a great career as an office clerk for 40 years. I retired at a fairly young age and became a substitute teacher. Wow, Mana, good for you. Okay. Madeline Mardino. Hey, Douglas, how are you? I got intrusive thoughts. I accepted the last time, and there I was so happy guy, but I'm not accepting, not working anymore. Peace from Germany. Well, when the intrusive thoughts come, you can just watch them go by like leaves on a river, or you can basically refute them. I did ban him, Paranoids. He's gone. Anna Stallman, you're a genius in mental health. Yeah, well, thank you. All right. Keep trying, Mardino. Austria is a good place regarding COVID. Hope some stuff is going live once more. Well, the guy who's reading my book is from Australia. His name is Tobias. How do you avoid suicide thoughts? Says Ajahn. And well, you can't always avoid them, but you can respond to them. I have a whole. I did a video, like my third video ago was called How to Respond to Suicidal Thoughts. You basically can just either not pay attention to them, or you can say cancel, cancel, use an affirmation. The best thing to do is to go to a doctor and get treated for the depression that's causing them. Do I know much about chronic pain and linked to depression? Absolutely. I have chronic pain right now, and my depression is getting worse as a result, or it's not getting worse, it's happening. Yeah, my brother has chronic depression and chronic pain. It's really, I actually have a video called Chronic Pain and Depression, Hell on Wheels. Very bad combination. I cannot put the fear of death aside. I feel anxious, always thinking of how dying feels. Well, you got to try to turn your attention to something in the present. If you do have these phobias, go to a good psychologist who deals with those types of compulsive thoughts and phobias. Anyway, yes, Richard Farrell, chronic pain, depression, difficult combination. How does one get over an inferiority complex? By giving themselves the name self-improve. I mean, kind of joking, but not really. Just keep telling yourself you're okay. Again, and also small successes. You know, I had inferiority complex until I started to find things I was good at, like chess, tennis. Try being successful at small things, and keep telling yourself you're okay. You're a good person. Your essence is okay. Your essence is love. Write a list of all the things that you are good at, yes, and that you are proud of. All the good things you've done, too. So is constipation, yes. Constipation is, yes, I would be depressed if I had it. People with some mental health are some of the most intelligent. Look at Stephen. I love Stephen Fry. Did you see his portrayal of Oscar Wilde? He's a genius. And he has bipolar disorder, right? I do positive aspects list. Sometimes Shirley K. It really does help. Excellent. German. I don't know what's going on here, but Lee, doing what you doing, bro. Royston Tilts. I'm enjoying this weekly hangout, and I do love your videos. Awesome stuff, my friend. Thank you, Royston. Interesting first name. You're red hot today. Great advice. Thank you. Roblaze551. Nice to see you again. I watched those videos Fry did to any issue. Really helpful at the TINR. What are the videos he did, Kay Bailey? Hey, Kay Bailey and I are friends. He can just send them to me by text. Welcome back, Royston. Understanding trauma. Wow. Patty G, have I sent you parts 3 and 4? Patty G is an amazing editor. I give her lots and lots of credit. How's Noah? I don't know. He hasn't gotten back to me, but I hear he just posted. 83, thank you. Thank you, thank you. We wanted to hit 80. Can we hit 90 in the last 15 minutes? Noah just posted a video according to Simon, so I should watch it. And he did say he was open to meeting with me finally, so I'm going to call him as soon as this is done. I'll say every single person was asking how he was. Is there a way to react healthier to unhealthy family drama without being triggered? That is a key question. Well, you just have to find a way to detach from it. And also, I found that with my parents, I just had to be away physically. That's why I moved 3,000 miles to Oregon. Although my parents were very good people, some of the patterns were really not very healthy for me. Childhood trauma sometimes is the cause of problems in adulthood. How about 90% of the time is the cause? The younger the trauma is, the more problematic it is later on. Trauma is really tough. Remember, says Kyle Bailey, if we keep hitting the like button for Douglas, he'll get more people. Can you cure me, B&B? Well, tell me what it is. I can cure you of almost anything. No, I can't. But you can heal with the right kind of support, B&B. Tell us what your problems is. We can give you some, at least a little bit of advice. You're in Campbell near San Jose. We'll definitely say hi. Oh yeah, my goddaughter lives in Monterey. That's not too far from. I've been in San Jose a couple of times actually. Rollbase 501. Do you recommend the paperback version of Healing from Depression on the Kindle version? Oh, the paperback is much better. Yeah, I've seen the Kindle version. It's formatted really weirdly. No. Look at, I don't have the book here, but it has really cool diagrams and really good charts. It's so much better. Yeah, and it's only like $5 more expensive. Always like paperbacks, but especially this one is much better laid out. Is there a difference between anxiety and fear? Thank you. Yes, Brad, there is. If I'm walking down a path in Yosemite Park, or Yellowstone is a better idea, and a bear jumps out, oh my God, I jump back, that's fear. But if the next morning I get up and say, God, if I go for a walk, will I see that bear? Oh my God, I'm worried. Why? What if I see that bear? What am I going to do? Oh my God, what am I going to do? That's anxiety. Anxiety is about anticipation of something bad happening, while fear is a direct response to something bad happening. Now, anxiety and fear are released. They both create the same kind of chemicals, but fear is an innate response that is there for our protection. If you put your hand on a hot burner and you burn it, oh my God, you won't do it again. That's fear. People who can't feel pain are disabled, but anxiety is fear of something that has not yet happened, and that's what makes it so crippling. So yes, they're on the same circuits of the brain, but they're very different. Anxiety is about anticipation of something, while fear is being in that experience. So if the house is on fire, of course you're going to be afraid. You run for your life, right? But if you get up every morning saying, what if my house catches on fire? What if my house catches on fire? That's anxiety. I think I explained that. Dear sir, you are doing a great job, which is purely humanitarian. Well, that's what I like to think. Hey, look, John Wesley is one of my role models. What did he say? Do all the good you can for all the people you can, and all the times you can, and all the ways you can, as long as you can, right? That's the Christian / Buddhist / Islam, Tibetan, everything. Do unto your others as you would like to have them do unto you. I mean, it's so easy. Oh, great. Glad you like my edits. You have sent me 3 parts. Okay. I am going to send you some other stuff soon. I'm going to send you individual chapters. How's that? I haven't put a part 4 together yet. Anxiety is fear, yes, but it's a kind of fear. But fear of what? I don't know what. It's there. That's right. That's what anxiety is, fear of the unknown. Yes, I know. I have a great fear of death, and I think about it, but then I turn my mind to other things. So that's the question. You have to turn your mind, Hamid Reza, you have to feel the fear and then redo your focus, switch your focus, left, right. And if you can't do that, then you should go to a doctor or a psychologist to get some help. You can train yourself to do that. You've had trauma since your life has been sit. Domina, what a beautiful name. My life has been hell. Hopefully there's an afterlife and it gets better than this one. Domina, I know 6, that's tough, but you can make incremental improvements, but you're going to have to go to see somebody who works in it, maybe some meds too. I'm not going to tell you what to do specifically, but you need to reach out for help. And so you can make improvements. Can you erase the past? No, but you can learn to live with it. And as far as an afterlife, hey, I agree with you. Although I believe it with the Buddhists and reincarnation, we have an afterlife, but it's the next life. Do you know, even though I'm Jewish, that in 1451 I was living in a Franciscan monastery in Italy? What do you think of that? I'm psychotic, right? No, I have had a past life reading. Who believes in past lives, by the way? Anybody? My current therapist has pulled out a ton of childhood trauma and I'm healing and forgiving my parents. Shirley K., good for you. So tell Domina there is life after trauma, will you? Lazar Maria, yes, hi there. Have I got your email address to send my book to? Cava et toi? That's French, isn't it? And you? Yeah, I'm okay. I want that so much for that. It'll come when I can do it. Oh, so KB, looks like you've had some trauma. Oh, Kova Lazar. So Kay Bailey knows French. Como estás is in Spanish, so Kova must mean how are you? And et and you says, see, I just taught myself some French. Okay. And you, well, I think Kai Bailey is doing great. Très bon, merci, Boucamp. Okay, I'm very good, thank you, and I don't know what B-A-U-C-O-U-P. When we get to no past life, says Anna Sullivan, well, there you have it. Afterlife with Jesus, yep. I know you are a Christian, and you know that Christianity used to teach reincarnation before the Council of Nicaea in 400 BC AD. No, not too many people know that, but I know in regular traditional Christianity right now they don't talk about reincarnation. Anyway, Kyle is going to be my French tutor. Thanks. I just gotten nothing but worse. I've been seeing the same psychologist for 10 years, a psychiatrist. Can't take SSRIs. There are other medications you can take besides those, Dominic. Work with your psychiatrist. Also, prayer. What is the of light must endure burning. Concentration camp, Viktor Frankl. Yes. Yes. And he said something else. To live is to suffer, but to find meaning is to suffer correctly. Anyway, is to overcome suffering, to find meaning. By the way, that's a beautiful quote. Viktor Frankl is one of my 3 top heroes. Thank you for that beautiful, beautiful quote. I'm going to basically use it in my book, Madeline, and I'm going to basically give you credit. Any advice for getting out of bed even when you don't have any energy? Wow, how about 6 cups of coffee? Coffee can help, but I would just say have someone else, have something to go to, have an appointment. Oh my God, I have to be to my therapist at noon. That'll get you out of bed. Or have someone go running with you. You might need another person to come in and literally help you move out of bed. You believe in past lives? Well, that makes 2 of us. How about Danielle? So is there anybody you live with who could help you? You know, we have to turn to other people when we can't do things ourselves. 6 minutes left. I'd like to have one more contribution. And how many people are watching? Yeah. My fear of anger is often worse than simple depression. Gladly, I'm learning about my anger. Hope you will all learn about your feelings too. Thank you, Robin. Beautiful. Did you saw my question, Blank Mind Guy? No, you can say it again. Can I take Laxatinel 3 mils during panic attacks? If Takar, I don't know what Laxatinel is, so I can't comment on that. Hey, Kyle says, I've been having some really bad intrusive thoughts that freak me out and I cause myself anxiety, but I've been watching your videos, since I found you this week and I love your videos. Any tips to help? Oh, Kylie, okay. Probably what I said, probably that when the intrusive thoughts come in, try not to react to them. Try to just let them go. Try to be mindful and just be with them. And also, say a prayer. Say the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me, the love of God unfolds me, the power of God protects me, the presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Email me, I'll send it to you. That's from a tremendous man named James Dillard Freeman. Love can go hand in hand with anger. Well, yes, it can. Be sure to like today's video. Thank you, Patty. How can we heal emotional wounds over a long period of time through therapy and prayer? They can be healed. Remember, the brain is neoplastic. I have got roommates. I live on uni, whatever that means. I think it'd be a good idea to have something to look forward to. Well, have one of your roommates come and help you out of bed, and if you can go for a walk in the morning, that's a really good thing to do. Leah, there's nothing wrong with finding a new therapist, doctor. Yes, if the dog's not working, try something else. What is my opinion, autistic and neurotypical brain difference in functional anxiety? Have you seen MR scans on the differences? Wow, that's a complex question. Autistic and neurotypical brain difference. I'm not quite sure I know autistic is a neurological disorder, autism, right? And I don't know what neurotypical brain difference is, but and I have not seen the MRI of the scans. But look, the brain is a complex structure. I know when it goes awry, it shows up in MRIs, but I'm not quite sure anything beyond that. What are my thoughts of brain implants? Oh yeah, I've been wanting a brain implant since the sperm hit the egg. Are they real? I don't know, if you cut out your brain, I think you die immediately, so to put a new one in might be difficult, but that would be a great thing. You've heard of heart transplants, liver transplants, lung transplants, kidney transplants. I wanted brain transplant, right, Joan? Okay, if anybody can tell me how to get a brain transplant, I will pay you $50. You heard it first, a $50 reward. I have a fear. I'm always afraid of public mental hospitals. Well, I've been in them. So yeah, it's a good thing to fear, but don't let it paralyze you. I've recalled out of my social circle to work on social anxiety and spiritual journey, self-improve. I can't connect with people because of my issues, but is it counterintuitive to stay alone? I think it's okay to stay alone for some point, but eventually we have to go back out. You know what heals social anxiety, according to many people? That's exposure. We had a guy to come to my support group many years ago who was so freaked out by people, he just sat in the corner. And as he got used to being there, and as he got used to people being around, as he got used to talking with them, slowly he came into the circle, and then he became really connected. So I had social anxiety when I was in college, when I was 20 years old. I used to go up to perfect strangers on the mall, and not the mall, it was called the Quadrangle, and say, hey, what's that book you're reading? Oh, it's on history. How's your history teacher? And then I move on to the next person. I forced myself to talk to people, and that helped. What convinces you of reincarnation, Doug? Nothing convinces me. I've just heard stories. I think it's quite probable and possible. No, I cannot be convinced. Absolutely not, because I don't. It's too much of a mystery. But I tend to. A lot of smart people. Paramahansa Yogananda. A lot of good teachers have talked about it. So, but we won't know until we die, will we? Public awards are horrible. Well, I guess you don't have enough money to do a private award, so I guess you'll just have to find ways to stay out of them. Gives me the shivers. Is it drain plaster or a body transplant? Oui, aussi Lazare, which means, I don't know, a new brain. Yes, everybody would like a new brain. Laxatil is bromazine. Can I take one during panic? That's a benzodiazepine. A lot of people take benzos during panic attacks. If you want to know the answer, tell your doctor. I mean, it is quite common for people to take benzos, but I'm not going to tell you what to do it. You should just talk to your doctor. If he says thumbs up, you can try it out. All right, we have 1 minute left. Any final words of encouragement? I'm only 17, never expect donations. Please give this a like, and you can continue to talk amongst yourselves for the next 10 minutes after I sign off. Remember, we need each other to heal. We cannot heal in isolation. Lagai, all the people here make this a successful experience. Kyle, Lazy Eye Ranch, Self-Improve, all of the people who've been here today and come back every time. Lazar Maria, Anna Solomon, Susan Jones, Leah Benetti, James D. Who else? Of course, Jason Clulo, Eric Steiner, Robert Jenkins, Self-Improve. Greetings from Sarajevo. Senid Pador, nice to see you. Who else is a regular? Of course, Madeline, of course, Roy, Patty G, of course, Robin, the Super Strain, Domina, all of you people who come here and make this what it is, because we can't make this a success without you, and I'm glad you are bonding with each other, forgiving yourselves, forgiving your parents, doing all the work of healing. Remember, the brain is neoplastic, and remember my favorite saying, what goes down must come up. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate it. Maybe I'll see you in my next life. That was a joke. All right, everybody. Any final comments? And here is my final comment. And still I rise from the ashes. Never give up. Never count yourself out. I have been so... Thanks, Madeline. I have been down so many times where I thought I would never recover, where I thought all was lost. And yet... we are resilient. Life is resilient. Human beings are resilient. And what goes down must come up. Remember, rising from the ashes. 69 people, 36 thumbs up. Hey, come on, let's hit 50 thumbs up, will you? Thanks. If all you guys do thumbs up, we'll have 69. All right. Peace, love. July 5th is next Sunday. Have a happy 4th of July, all you Americans, the Brits. I'm sorry you lost the Revolutionary War, but it was good for America. So, and thank you, CHF, for 100. It looks like you give some more Swiss francs. I love you. Thank you for your help. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And my back is slowly healing, and I'm trying not to use pain pills. I am using some ibuprofen, but mostly stretches and good vibes. All right, everybody, take care. Continue to talk amongst yourselves. Until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Hasta luego.